want to start off with my response to Doc Dark over on X. Now, we were talking about the Xbox ROG Ally, and a lot of people saying that, oh, it's an Xbox. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, when I'm on X, I'm trolling a lot of these guys.
Oh, my boy said, explain to me how you can cook me with your fake ass dreads and the piercing in your nose. This is how. Because if I drop a link to my Discord and I tell you to step up and show what you look like, right? If I tell you to get into the round table and show what you look like, that way we can see what you look like. I know 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to do it. That's why, right? Because it's easy to sit here and talk about the way that people look, to call people losers when you hide behind an avatar. That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I mean. And even me doing that, that would be me being generous because quite frankly, who are you, right? You're just a little guy in here butthurt, a little boy over here coping, right? Behind a console. That's what I mean by violate. Because if you want to talk about me, nigga, right? If I tell you to come up here and cam up and see what you look like, nigga, let me make it very clear. It's not going to be about games. It's not going to be about hardware, nigga. I'm just going to straight up violate you, dog. That's what I'm telling you. I'm going to cook you, nigga. Atlanta nigga style, nigga. You're going to get flame broiled. And I'll do the shit for fun, right? I'm behind the best console ever. Exactly. So shut your punk ass up. Don't say nothing about the motherfucking me dropping a link in here so we can see what you look like. That's what I fucking thought, nigga. Like clockwork. Now sit your ass down and enjoy the rest of the show, nigga. This is the last time I'm addressing your little goofy ass, but you can keep on crying, though. You can keep on crying, though, and we'll just ignore it, God damn it.
I'm trolling like a subsection of the fans. Now, when I see some of these bigger content creators or some of these guys posting on X, truly believing that the ROG Ally is an Xbox, I'm flabbergasted. I just gotta be completely honest with you. Now, I'm gonna show today why this ROG Ally is not an Xbox, even though some Xbox fans, they are trying their hardest to convince you that it is indeed an Xbox device. And today, I'm just gonna prove why it is not an Xbox device. I'm also gonna talk—
He's gonna prove why it's not an Xbox device. I'm willing to hear it.
About some of the features that are on this Xbox device, like
and this is what I mean, dropping the link. Wow, okay, like I said last time. So like I said, that answers the question. He'll talk about how I look. He'll call Doc Dark a loser and everything, but he's too pussy to show what he looks like because he knows he'll get fucking violated, right? That tells me everything I need to know.
Compiled shaders that will really help with Unreal Engine games on this native handheld. I'm also going to show that all handhelds are going to have the same ability. And what if I told you that your ROG Ally right now can do everything that the new one can do? So
okay, well then it'd be considered to be an Xbox, right? I mean, I don't understand how him bringing up the old ROG Ally, I don't know how that debunks the new one where they literally partnered with Xbox. It has the Xbox button, has the Xbox UI. I don't get it.
How would that make this ROG Ally an Xbox when all of the handhelds can do the same things and play the same games? So we're going to get into that. I'm kind of getting heated already. This might be one of those.
But I mean, didn't Microsoft do like a whole campaign where they literally even showed like gaming handheld PCs? Like, and we're like, this is an Xbox. This is an Xbox. Showed a PC. This is an Xbox. Obviously, they've extended their access points. Everybody knows this. Why these guys want to cap about this and talk shit about the device or argue about the name of the device, what it's called? Especially, you know, when I got this, right? Shout out to VG Fight School, because I mean, I'm glad that he got this. I mean, I've pulled this damn thing up so many times, right? And you guys are even showing me shit in the Discord. I mean, it literally says, even on that one, it said, on the one that he's talking about right now, it says handheld console PC console. That's why it's like they'll call it a handheld PC, but the question is, are those two things mutually exclusive? Can it be both? Can it provide the console experience while also being a handheld console PC, opening you up, opening the door for you to be able to experience the browser and all that stuff? You know what I mean? That's what I mean. The desktop mode. I know I said open, pause, but you guys get what I mean. It's going to provide that simple, console experience, but it's also going to provide more as far as emulation in the desktop mode, right? I think it'd be a cool device. That's all I'm saying.
Longer videos, so I'll try to keep.
Yeah, the Steam Deck is also a console. Yes, I've seen people consider the Steam Deck a console, right? When I was literally considering what type of handheld PC I wanted to get, I seen people say the Steam Deck has like the best console UI, has the best console feel to it. That's why I went with it, right?
It as short as possible. Now, Doc.
Yeah, it plays games. Doesn't matter what it's called. Yeah, the real gamers really don't give a shit about that. But here we go. Now we're about to cope about this.
Underscore Dark 1985. He said they're so mad. Now, I was talking about the Xbox ROG Ally not being an Xbox, and I said it's not an Xbox. And I responded to him, mad at stupidity, Xbox fans falling for the same stuff over and over again, 100, or I should say 1,000 USD for a handheld that can't even play the Xbox games natively.
Oh no, you said can't even play all Xbox games natively. You sat there and coped, right? Because now if it can't play all of the Xbox games natively, then it's not a console, but there's not a single console that can play all of the games natively. Oh, is this D-Batch? Yeah, it's D-Batch. We're about to get D-Batch's side, right? Because you know what they say? They say there are two sides to every coin. You know, everybody has their side of the story, and the truth lies somewhere in the middle, right? So we're getting D-Batch's side of this shit.
Handheld that is a PC with an Xbox skin.
A PC.
Nah, we are laughing at you guys for buying this. Also, it's not going to move.
I mean, he's saying that they're laughing, but this doesn't seem fun, right? My boy Doc says, laugh my ass off. They so mad. Look at the difference in paragraphs. Like, you don't seem happy, right? It doesn't seem like you're having fun. It seems like you're a little bit triggered.
The needle. Now, he goes on to say, you sound mad that I bought one. I love handheld PCs.
Exactly, and I agree with his assessment. You do sound mad that he bought one. you seem extremely mad, and I wonder why. Is it because this thing is going to be able to play PlayStation games?
Almost looked for another one that was 2K. Don't be mad. It's an Xbox. And then I went on to say that he's a moron and it's not an Xbox. And I will
for damn, and that's what I mean. But you said you're trolling and you're just having fun, right? I mean, you got a little bit triggered. You said he's a moron, and you said it's an Xbox for fuck's sake. And my boy said, "Whoa, that's not nice, D. Why is it not an Xbox?" And stop being mad. Yeah, see, it seems to me like Doc is the one that's trolling. I don't know.
Say, you know, sometimes we get heated in these exchanges, and he's not a moron, and I do kind of apologize for that afterwards. He goes,
you know, that's real. That's real. At least you can admit that you got heated in an exchange. I don't know why you got so heated over this exchange, but at least you realized that, you know, it was wrong, and you were just like, hey, you know, I apologize. He's not a moron. Okay.
Whoa, that's not nice. This is an Xbox. Stop being mad. I said, because it's, or he said, why is this not an Xbox? And stop being mad. And I responded saying, because it's a handheld PC. My ROG Ally right now does the same stuff, plays the same games, and soon will get the same UI. No wonder y'all keep getting shafted by your ignorance. For the same price, you can get a full-built gaming PC that beats this and a PlayStation 5 Pro. Shaking my head, I just gotta laugh.
Okay, but they want it for the portability, right? And let's just be honest, there's fanboys that want it just for the Xbox button. I agree, right? I've made it very clear since day one, right? And I'm not gonna lie, all my games are on Steam, so I'll admit that I'm a little bit biased when it comes to Steam. I think the Steam Deck OLED is king, right? But there are Xbox guys that are fans of the hardware, right, that want to buy Xbox hardware. They want to get it for the Xbox button, and this shit gets people so butthurt, right? They were saying it was going to be dead on arrival. They're saying it wasn't going to sell. Now it's sold out, and now they're going back and forth with people who bought it, right? And my boy says not everyone wants to build a PC, right? And I mean, since it's a miniature PC, you can literally dock it. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think you'd get better performance just out of building a PC, but you can still dock it and use it as a PC, and you can still get the console experience. Shout out to Rock in the building. None of these dudes will be talking to somebody like me, met them in person. I guarantee you all that talking, all that provider would disappear. Yeah, I know. They get in here and flap the gums. They're too scared to even show their face. Right? They're just a whole bunch of little pussies. PlayStation Portal is a streaming device, which is not a console, but it's still PlayStation. Xbox ROG Ally is not a home console, but a PC handheld. Why can't it be an Xbox? I mean, exactly. And I saw that it only has 294 titles, right? Where Xbox, to play anywhere, I think that shit has over 1,000 titles, right? Well, you also can't play Game Pass and access the Xbox app on PC natively on the Steam Deck. That's a good point, Machine XP. That is a great point. That's one thing that I brought up, that I was like, you know what? that is one benefit to having like a Windows handheld PC. You can get that Game Pass natively. I don't even have Game Pass on my Steam Deck because I don't really like cloud streaming games. You know what I mean? So that is an advantage, definitely, right? But I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't buy one just for that. But if I could do it over again, I probably still would get the Steam Deck OLED. I'm not gonna cap.
And you know, that was pretty much my conversation with him. I think down here I did say, you know, I'm laughing at your idiocy. You are not a moron, but you're acting like one. So for the record, like, he's a good
Oh, so you were just coping.
guy. I don't have any issues with him. Now we have our back and forth
He was a good guy. So you're saying he's a good guy? You just called him a moron.
sometimes on X, but it's always respectful. Yes, I called him a moron, and
It's always respectful, but you called him a moron. And he said, yes, I called him a moron. So then was it respectful? Sigs, you need some chat mods, I think. I mean, I'm okay with that, dude. I'm okay with him in here coping. I mean, like, as long as he doesn't cross the line. Like I said, I'm not even going to read anything that he says, right? I mean, if he gets super annoying, then I don't know, maybe. But like I said, I really don't like it to go there. I'm not even reading what he says. Like, the dude's a pussy. The dude's too much of a bitch to show up in the Discord. I've already exposed his ass. I mean, he can sit here and keep on crying about the shit. I'm going to show him just how insignificant he is. I refuse to read what he has to say. He's wasted more than enough time with the stupid shit that he's talking about. I just blocked this guy. All he does is talk crap like a child. I don't need to see it. Med would have been kicked him. Oh man. Oh man. You know what? You know, I'm not gonna kick him. I'm not gonna kick him, but you know what? I fuck with AGV. 1 second. There you go, AGB. You've passed it. You passed you've passed the test, my brother. I'll get someone else. Yeah, just leave him. Yeah, I'm not that type of guy.
in the heat of the moment. But
I kind of think I think it's like, you know, fitting for the content that we have people upset, right? That's how you know you're doing something, right?
apologize for it. But at the end of the day, I have nothing personal against him. I'm going to assume he has nothing personal against me. We just have different views. Now, I'm just sitting back, you know, minding my own business, and I'm seeing that content creators, they're coming out and saying, oh, it's an Xbox. Some content creator posted a video.
No, not content creators. I mean, fucking Xbox is. Xbox is coming out and saying it, right? I mean, I don't know.
Regarding my Asus TUF 5090, saying how I have an Asus branded NVIDIA GPU. So it's kind of comparing it to being the same thing, how I
Yes, because this is not new in the tech world, right? It's still a NVIDIA graphics card, but it was made by Asus, right? I mean, I don't like what are you not getting?
call my Asus TUF not an NVIDIA GPU because it is an NVIDIA GPU, and I don't understand how the two things connect.
But you just explained it. You're choosing not to see how they connect.
These guys, they really try to cope a lot.
Be lucky this is the I know. I'm not that type of guy, man. Like I said, who knows? Maybe he'll come around, right? But as of tonight, he's lost the ability. And you guys know I enjoy interacting with you guys. And if anything, in times like this, I don't focus on the negative. I focus on the fucking positive. I could care less about you know, some pussy in the chat crying. There's nothing but real niggas in the chat. I see nothing but wolves. I'm not going to get hung up over one person, right? You guys know I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy going back and forth. We don't need to block dude, right? Just let him keep on coping. Who cares, right? That's going to make him feel like he did something, right? No, I won't give it to him, right? And if I ever do block someone, it's going to be on some ban, gone forever. You know what I mean?
And you know me here on this channel, we're just going to be dealing with facts. Now, here are the facts. It is not an Xbox console because it cannot play Xbox games natively. Now you
but it can play Xbox games natively.
hear some guys saying, "Well, can the PlayStation game? Can the PlayStation 5 play all PlayStation games?" No, it cannot. I'm talking that the
Okay, so that's not a console.
ROG Ally X can't play the current games.
My boy said, that boy said, pull up to New York. No, he didn't. Like I said, I'm not even reading it. If he's the New York nigga, then it was just destined. Then it was just destined to happen. Me being an Atlanta nigga, I stay getting into conflicts with New York niggas
that are available on the Xbox. I'm not talking about the older games. There are some of the current games that are not available on PC. I'll give you an example. UFC. That game cannot be found on PC. It is only on...
Yeah, it's good. The algorithm just sees it as engagement. Exactly. Oh my God, that's what I'm saying. We're so forward thinking. My boy said, "I'm New York, all love." I know, AVG Gator. You know, I'm just being tongue in cheek with that shit. Pause. Right? New York motherfuckers got huge egos.
Consoles, NHL 26, 25, all of them. Apart from like way back in the day when they used to bring them on PC, they haven't brought them on PC in a long time. Those games you cannot play on your ROG Ally. Do you know why you cannot play it on your ROG Ally? Because it's not a console. Now, if it was an Xbox console,
Oh, so because like a handful of games that you just named, he said what? GTA, UFC. Because a handful of games you can't play them, it's not a console. Because we can do that for all consoles. We can all go to certain consoles and name a handful of games that they're not able to play. Does that magically mean they're not a console? I mean, it's just odd. And the funny thing is, once the game comes out on Steam, they're gonna be able to play the shit natively, right? Shout out to Gamer Live Studio in this thing. D-Batch, aka D-Patch. His brain needs an update. Yeah, exactly. He's literally saying things that don't equal not a console. I know, that's what I'm waiting for. I just pre-ordered the Xbox Ally X because I've wanted a portable device for a long time that gives me the familiarity of the Xbox ecosystem. I've been gaming in it for 20 plus years. I don't care about GTA 6. You know, and I think that's who they were going for with this target audience. And like, people could say what they want to say. They can say that the console's dead. I could really care less about, console sales. But it looks like the target audience, it looked like they pulled out their wallets and they bought the thing.
By default, you would be able to play these games natively on the machine. And then you have the guys that come out and say, well, you can play it in the cloud. I can play those games on my PC in the cloud, on my phone, on my tablet. It doesn't make those devices an Xbox. It just allows you to stream.
I mean, I don't know. That's not what Xbox said, right? Xbox said that it does.
Your games to those devices. I can use the PC to stream my PlayStation games. That does not make my PC a PlayStation. Now, if it could play the same games natively, sure, it would make it a PlayStation, but it cannot. It can only play.
Oh, so is he doing like the whole cope? Like I said, I brought this up the other day. So pretty much he's doing like the cope of like if a PlayStation guy said, oh, or an Xbox guy, let me use it this way. If an Xbox guy said, oh, you can't play Xbox games on PlayStation, and a PlayStation guy says, what do you mean? I'm looking at Gears of War Reloaded. What do you mean? And he says, oh, but that's not a Xbox CD. That's a PlayStation CD. They made it a PlayStation game to put inside your, like, dude, you're coping. Nobody cares if it's a console game. Nobody cares about any of that. People care about being able to play the game. They care about being able to install the game, download the game, and then play it on the go. And that's what they're going to be able to do. The fact that we have all of this nonsense, I mean, it just comes off as cope to me.
The PlayStation.
My boy said the Steam autumn sale broke me. Oh, you already know I'm spinning the block again, boy. Your boy Siggs is about to spin the block again. You dig? Xbox promotes using your phone, PC, and Xbox. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, I'm connecting the dots. I think it's very obvious what they're trying to do. So when people, talk about Xbox and they're just like, Xbox has lost their way, I don't know what they're doing. I feel like Xbox has made it very clear what they're doing. Even down to Sarah Bond coming out and saying that they're going to continue to make consoles that are going to have access to Steam. I don't know why these guys are so disingenuous. So the next Xbox will have all the PC stores. Does that make it not a console? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand this.
Games that are available on PC, and that is no different with this handheld. It can only play the games that are available on PC. The games that you.
But this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, if I'm playing God of War, yes, I'm playing a PC game, but most people would consider that a PlayStation game, right? If people say, hey, do you like PlayStation games? I'd say, yeah, I played God of War. I played Ghost of Tsushima, right? Nobody's going to stop me and say, wait a minute, those aren't PlayStation games. Those are PC games. What do you mean? You've never played a PC game, right? By this logic, I've never played a PlayStation game. I've only played PC games because I've never owned a PlayStation console in my life, but I've played just about all the tentpole titles. That's all I'm saying. Like, I just think it's such a weird semantic thing to get hung up on. Like I said, nothing about actually being able to play the service that the device offers. It's just a whole bunch of nonsense semantics.
Want to play that are from your back catalog that don't have a PC version? cannot be played on this handheld.
Dave Reezy, what's good, Sigs? What did I miss? Oh, not much. We're just getting started. Along with emulating other older titles and games, why would they make a console when they have a PlayStation and Nintendo consoles that are taking over? I mean, that's a good point.
It can only be played on the cloud. And by default, this makes it not an Xbox console. And I don't...
Because a lot of complaints that I see about the consoles, not to kind of pick up on what Wabajok was saying, is about why would they make a console when PlayStation and Nintendo consoles are taking over? From what I see, a lot of people are complaining that consoles aren't really innovative, that they don't really bring anything new to the table. So what's the point of upgrading, right? Especially when they feel like the games this generation, a lot of them were lackluster. So at least with these new series of Xbox consoles, right? At least they'll be doing something new that we haven't seen before. I think it'll be interesting to see how it pans out, right?
know how anybody with 2 brain cells can think otherwise. It's kind of hilarious. So let's just go through some of these posts here.
We got Yumi in here. What's up, Sigs? What's up, Sigs in chat? I finished Final Fantasy 16 100% yesterday. Hey, did you think it was worth it, my brother? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the boss fights, for real, for real. The Switch 2 was the safest next generation ever. Did you see the Super Mario All-Stars Deluxe mod pack? Oh, no, I have not seen that. Sig, Sony just sold 80 million consoles to the same people. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, those are people who bought 2 and shit. I don't know.
Now, Doc, he responded to me here with this person's video. And I'm not even going to shout this person's video out because...
Oh, yeah, because he cooked you. And I'm pretty sure that's VG Fight School. That's a smart move. Smart move because he cooked you. He bodied you. And he did it in a very respectful way, too, right? That's one thing that I can say, right? He's quite the gentleman. He didn't call you out of your name. Right? At least I don't think he did, right? I don't remember he did. I don't think he called you a moron or any of that, right? He just easily bodied you, right? And he used your own argument, right?
It's just ridiculous. You know, I gave you guys the points. They said they're gonna make a video.
Why are you hiding this video? Why don't you scroll up? Why are you hiding it?
I'll show you some of their posts afterwards, but let's just go to my response. I said, huh? It's an NVIDIA 59 GPU made by Asus. Where do you think the GPU comes from? They all buy the...
Exactly. It's an NVIDIA 59 GPU, but it was made by Asus, right? But it's still an NVIDIA 59 GPU, right? Just like how it's an Xbox console that was made by Asus, but it's still an Xbox console. And you just keep on bodying yourself. It's like speaking of Naruto, it's almost like, what's it called? You know that shit that Kabuto got stuck in? I think it was like the Insanagi or whatever the fuck. It's like he's stuck in this constant loop. You know what I mean? Yeah, VG doesn't use ad hominem. True gentleman. Yeah, the Tsukunomi. Oh, it might have been. I think the Tsukunomi is what Madara was having. I'm talking about what, I think it was Itachi, what he put Kabuto in, right? Yeah, the Izanagi loop. Yes. It's like he's stuck in this fucking loop of that it's not a console. And he doesn't even see it. And he's just going to be forced to repeat the loop until he recognizes the error in his ways.
From NVIDIA. Then they slap a cooler on it. The core is an NVIDIA 5090 GPU made by NVIDIA. Asus, Palette, MSI, etc. by the NVIDIA GPU. Customize the card. They all have to meet the same minimum specifications. NVIDIA releases the update for their cards. You've got to be brain dead to think no 5090 is an NVIDIA GPU. They all are. And these guys are trying to equate that to the rogue ally, saying, well,
my boy Max City said, that's what VG Fight School said. He's fighting himself. I mean, brother, that's what he's doing. Like, I can't even take this shit seriously.
This makes a 5090. It's still an NVIDIA 5090. So if Asus makes a handheld device and call it an Xbox, it's an Xbox. No, it's not an Xbox.
No, why not? It's like he was following the line of logic, but then it got to that darn Xbox, and it's like, no. It's like, yo, he's getting angry as he speaks. I know. It's like, dog, what is going on? It's like he doesn't realize that console manufacturers don't actually manufacture consoles. They never have. It's all third party, every single part of it. Exactly. That's what's so insane about this shit, man. I just don't get it.
It does not play native Xbox games. It plays the PC versions of the game. It is a PC handheld that conveniently has an Xbox button.
Okay, but the PC handheld is going to be able to play Xbox games. Like I said, just like how I played PlayStation games. To follow this logic, that's like if a PlayStation fanboy came in here and said, Sigs, you're lying. You've never played a PlayStation game. And I say, what do you mean? right? What do you mean? And I start naming all the PlayStation games, The Last of Us Part 2. And he says, oh, no. Those aren't PlayStation games. Those are PC games. Why you up here lying like you play in PlayStation games, right? We would laugh him out of the fucking chat, right? D on the 2017 patch offline, 2025 patch he needs ASAP, man. Shout out to Gamer Studio, right? Dude, these guys need new patches. They need new updates. Someone get Mark Cerny, man. Shout out to Gamer Live Studio again, man. I appreciate it, my brother. Vinicius B, who cares what the manufacturer's name? The guy who was right is D-Batch. F Microsoft and F Asus. They are wrong. On God, if anyone's gonna fucking decide what the name of the thing's gonna be, it's gonna be fucking D-Batch. I agree.
On it, as well as a grip, a more, Xbox-like grip. So yeah.
Uh-oh, time to play the Final Fantasy VII Remake on Steam while I wait for October 2nd. I'm probably, once I get offline, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Your boy Siggs, I've been chilling lately. I'm probably going to buy the Final Fantasy Tactics, even though I heard that it has a little bit of issues. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to chill. I want to get it.
It's kind of customized towards Xbox, but at the same time, it is a PC handheld because all of the other PC handhelds that are out in the market can play the exact same games that the Xbox ROG Ally can play.
Okay, but what does that mean, right? And this is what I mean. This is the COPE. Okay, but the Xbox guys, the guys that you guys love to say that there's nobody who enjoys Xbox hardware. You love to say that it's dead, that people don't care about Xbox hardware. But as you guys can see, right? Just look at Dark, right? He bought 2 of them hoes, right? Now he's probably going to return one of them, but there's guys that are willing to pay for it, right? Like I said, I think the thing is pretty pricey, right? But nonetheless, there's guys that enjoy it. They want that Xbox button, man, right? They like Xbox. They're fans of Xbox, and they bought the shit. Who cares? Yeah, they could have gotten a PC and done it, right? Anybody on any console, right? We can say that to anybody. You can say that to people on Xbox. You can say that to people on PlayStation now. You can say that to people on Nintendo once the emulators roll out. Shout out to Dave Reezy in here, man. I appreciate it. Dez smoking on a particular batch with his takes. Yeah, I mean, you said D, my bad. D is smoking on a particular batch. Yeah, I mean, I need to get on that shit for real, for real. So it's PlayStation Portal, a PlayStation? Exactly. I actually had a tweet that I looked at that like pretty much exposed that shit. Why are PlayStation fanboys the most delusional? People in all of gaming, always so emotional over this stuff. I have no idea. Okay, and Steam Deck can play Elden Ring on PC, just like the Xbox ROG Ally. Only the Steam Deck is a Steam Deck if it's using the Steam OS. I mean, this is what I mean, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. The shit is weird. Like I don't know why. I don't get why they're making so much of a fuss about it. I feel like if they really wanted to like disparage the device, it would be better to like look at its performance, things of that. We haven't even got to the fucking performance yet. Granted, they haven't really been out on the market, right? So people haven't really been able to get their hands on them. But it's like we're stuck on the name, right? It's just something about that Xbox name. People just don't like this shit.
Because guess what? It's a PC. Any game that's available on PC can be played on these handhelds.
And what has the most games? Console or PC? The Steam, what has more games, right? The Xbox storefront, the PlayStation storefront, or the Steam storefront, right? And from what I'm seeing, right, when I look at both of the consoles, I think it's an advantage that the next series of Xbox consoles is going to have access to Steam because there's a shit ton of games on Steam. Good games, cheap games, right? The Steam Autumn Sale. That's all I got to say, right? The software is what matters. If it's running the Xbox software, then it's an Xbox, yeah. For real. PC all day, long since the days of Pong. Yeah, I feel it, man. I'm telling you, once you get PC, and that's what I think Xbox is kind of banking on. A lot of people say that they're kind of trying to grandfather them in. Once you see the freedom that PC offers, you know what I mean? You'll see. Hey, shout out to Naomi. Hi, Six. How are you doing today? I'm doing great. It's been an amazing day so far. I can't complain. FS Tactics is fire, Six. Okay, yeah, I'm buying it, right? If Dion Landon, he's an Eagles fan, right? Those guys are on top of the world right now. If he says buy the game, goddamn it, I'll buy it. Can you use CD keys? You should be able to if you have the desktop mode. I think you can get a $5, but the only thing is CD keys, they're only offering a $5 discount off of it, right? Shout out to my boy Rock yet again. I appreciate it, my brother. I bet you the next Xbox will run the same software. And that's what I'm saying. Like when I look at Xbox right now, like one thing that Xbox they quietly updated it, right? I know I fucked up pronouncing that word. They quieted it, right? What happened with it being what I was getting at with them with saying that is if you go over to the library, you literally can see games that you have installed on Steam. So they've already integrated it in. You know what I mean? My boy Knights of the Realm, and this is what I mean, Knights of the Realm. Why you guys keep me muted in the chat? It's because I'm calling you cheat people out. Buddy, nobody's calling you muted. This is what I mean. I could just easily ignore you and and you're crying about it. This is what I mean. Nobody's ignoring you. I see you coping. I see you seething. I'm giving you a little bit of attention because I kind of feel bad. Brother, we can just call it a truce, right? You've been fighting all night. You obviously are enjoying yourself being here. Just watch the way that you talk, right? Just watch the way that you talk. Have a little bit of respect and relax. Everything will be good. Like, people are starting to ignore you, brother. Like, you got old, right? You were fun at first, but you know, it's just a one-trick guy, right? Now you're just yapping, right? Now you're coming off a little bit senile. D is on that old Windows 8.1 patch. We're on Windows 11. Damn. He's mad that we're not reacting to him. Yes, and I'm sorry. I gave him the reaction, but I mean, I had to. He's coping hard as hell. He thought that we muted him. Buddy, my mods aren't like that. They go through a very, very tough, intensive process to become a mod. I'm talking months of training, right? Test after test after test. Only a select few. Because they understand there will be no reason for us to ever mute anybody. Why would we do that? You're just in here crying. Nobody cares about that.
Cannot play Xbox games natively. So I don't even know what the argument is all about. Like, I think this is pretty much the end of the story. Now, the one person here, you can see them. I'm not even going to say their name. And, you know, they were saying, oh, you came with ad hominem attacks.
Hey, Rock, I'm making you a goddamn moderator because I do appreciate you, my brother. Do not block nobody, Rock. I know you said in the WBG chat you be sniping folks, right? Don't snap nobody.
Just said, blah, blah, blah. Prove me wrong. Show me the Xbox ROG Ally.
My boy said, I heard working for SIGs is really hard. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. It's like the Wolf on Wall Street, right? You already know. Yeah, the mods do 1,000 push-ups a day. Yes, in the cold, while cold water is being poured on them. Yes.
Xbox games available on the Series XS natively. Please show me how it will run GTA 6 Day 1. Show me it running natively, the Xbox version of NHL 26 or UFC. If you can, then you...
This nigga pulled out NHL 26 or UFC. Now, you guys know I be playing UFC. This is what I'm saying. D-Batch, I would love to fight your ass in UFC. You guys know how I do with the knee elbow, right? My best wishes go to the mods. Yeah, for real. Oh, man, shout out to the mods. Man, no, shout out to everybody in the community, man. I mean, I swear, you guys are the best community. I swear, man. Like, we're all on the same page. I fuck with you guys. No kizzy, right? I mean, dog, you literally handpicked these two games. So now it's not an Xbox because Prince D-Batch, right? The bastion of fucking consoles, he's done came in and said, hey, wait a minute. This isn't a console because it doesn't play NHL 26 or UFC. Like I said, most of these guys have standard consoles where they'll be able to play these games. This is a handheld. They'll be able to take it on the go. They can dock it, right? And I'm not going to say anything more about the word. I know how you niggas be in here. But they can dock the damn thing. They can play it on a bigger screen. I just don't get it. My boy says, I be sniping folks, but SIGs always decimate the trolls regardless. Hey, don't snipe no one. Put the snipers away. Like I said, I like to have a little fun with them, right? Pause.
Prove that it's an Xbox. Until then, we don't really got nothing to talk about. And then, of course, like usual, answer the question. Is your Asus RTX 5090?
VG Fight School is on his ass. Answer the question. Is your Asus RTX 5090 an NVIDIA graphics card, right? Because we all know the fucking answer, D-Batch. Answer the question. Buddy, quit running away from it. You're not going to be able to get away from this. We're not going to let you go. And you know who else I seen on your ass? And this, I know you're cooked. Not only do you got VG Fight School on your ass, boy, but you got the Turk on your ass, too. You're cooked. You know what I mean?
NVIDIA graphics card, don't dodge it. Don't deflect. What the hell does an Asus RTX 5090 being an NVIDIA card have to do with the ROG Ally not being an X?
Oh, we got, oh no, it's Alex in here. Everything is an Xbox though, you know? Shout out to oh no, it's Alex. It's funny, man, because everything was an Xbox, right? They were flying high, everything was an Xbox. And now that this thing comes out, it's not an Xbox. I'm confused. Why not, right?
Xbox. It's not about the hardware. Listen, if Asus made an Xbox spec'd out handheld that played all Xbox games that are currently available natively, then it would.
My boy said, why are they so mad? Oh boy, because the tentpole titles are on the loose. That's why. You know why. Oh no, it's Alex. You know why? Because the tentpoles. That's why. The Xbox guys. They're about to storm the castle and get a hold of all the tentpole titles that were exclusive. We've been trying to tell them that they don't have exclusives, but now they're going to have to sit and watch, right? As the Xbox guys get to put their hands all over the fucking PlayStation exclusives, right? I know they don't like that one bit.
Be an Xbox. You would have to call it an Xbox because it's playing the same games natively, but it is not. It cannot play those games natively. It can only play the versions of those games.
But the thing is, it can play it natively, right? The only handheld that can't play games natively is the PlayStation Portal, right? Like I said, I'm going to keep on saying it. Like, this is such a weird cope. This is like the example I've been using over and over again. This is like if I said, hey, I enjoy PlayStation games, and I start naming the PlayStation games I play on my PC, and then a PlayStation fanboy walks up and says, those aren't PlayStation games, those are PC games. You're not playing PlayStation games. I guess I've never played a PlayStation game by his logic. And I guess they've yet to create a console because they want this console to be able to do something that no other console has ever been able to do. It's odd to me.
That are available on PC. So I'm not going to address this anymore. These people can make 100,000 videos on why I am.
That's what they're going to do if you keep on flapping your gums. It's looking like you're getting farmed. I see on VG Fight School, he called you a salt source, right?
Wrong. I really don't care. I think
but you do, though. But you do because you keep on interjecting yourself into the conversation. You definitely do care.
At this point in time, it's just common sense that this device is not an Xbox console. It is a PC handheld that plays the Xbox.
Okay, but like I said, are those things mutually exclusive? Right? Can it be both? Can it provide the Xbox console experience, right, that everybody likes to glaze because they love to make it seem like PC is just so complicated. They just want to plug and play. So it'll provide the plug and play for all the console guys. And then it also has the desktop mode. So they'll be able to, evolve. You know what I mean? See what life is like on the other side. I mean, I think it's a win-win. It is expensive, but I mean, shit. I don't know. I could see the value in the product. I don't know why these niggas are coping about it so much.
Games that are available on PC, that plays the PlayStation games that are available on PC, that plays all games that are available.
My boy said, bruh, this dude is crying in the chat. I know, bruh, he's crying in the chat. I don't. Knights of the Realm, brother, relax, buddy. Everything's okay. Like, if you think Xbox is better, then fine. My nigga, you got it, dog. You got it.
On PC, because guess what? It is a handheld PC device. End of story. Now, I want to move over to some of the capabilities that are being implemented with this new UI, because this new UI, I am excited for it. I'm excited for it to make its appearance on the desktop version of Windows.
My boy said, I swear this guy has no girlfriend. I know. He needs to get some coochie, man. He needs to get some coochie.
Windows, as well as other handheld devices. Now, as of right now, if you have the original ROG Ally, you can subscribe to the Insider program on your device, and you can actually download this new full screen UI experience from Microsoft. Now, the SDK that they have is now available to developers so they can implement it into all of their storefronts. Now, there are some really interesting...
I'm pretty sure he continues coping. I don't want to hear about none of this shit. Let me skip. I feel like goddamn Shannon Sharp. Skip. Okay, yeah, he talks about the Mike Ybarra. Skip. Okay.
Virtual. Now, IGN posted Sony is calling the PlayStation 5 generation of consoles its most successful.
Because you gotta include this in.
After reaching a milestone of 136 billion made so far. just under 5 years into its lifespan. Now, there's always this talk that consoles are dying, consoles are dying. Consoles are not dying. The only console that is dying, unfortunately, is the Xbox console. It does not.
Oh shit. Oh man, but didn't PlayStation say they're moving away from a hardware centric business model? I mean, I don't know, right? How are they going to say that the consoles are dying when Xbox has literally said that they're going to continue to make consoles? I mean, they literally just released a console and it sold out, at least on the pre-orders, right? And it was expensive, right? You know what I mean? I thought you Xbox guys were like me. I thought you niggas was cheap, but you guys be spending, right? I mean, goddamn, I don't know why these guys are coping.
Have its identity. I feel it's really lost its identity, and this is showing in the sales. Like I said, I've been kind of out the loop.
You said Sigs. This guy is still crying. You know, I can only imagine that he's getting it off his chest, right? Because like I said, I've literally trained myself. I'm not even looking at what he's saying. I'm glad that he's getting it off his chest. I'm glad that he's able to, you know, get it off because he was talking about how I pirate games. So he's been holding on to this, right? He said he was going to confront me. Today was the big day. I'm glad that he confronted me. I can respect that, right? You know, that's some real man shit, right? That's some mano y mano shit. He stepped up into the pulpit, right? He pushed his way to the fucking front. And he said, "You're a terrible person. You're a PC pirate. You pirate games. Why don't you pay for games like me?" And we just been cooking his ass ever since then.
So we'll just touch a little bit on some of the Xbox consoles being removed from Costco. So you can't buy these in Costco in the United States. I don't think you can buy them in Costco UK if they're available there. And you definitely can't buy them anymore in Costco Canada because I checked. They're no longer available.
I checked. Oh, why'd you check? Why'd you check? The Xbox console's dead. Why are you checking if you can buy it or not?
That is not a good...
This is what I mean. I haven't checked to see if I could buy it or not. Like I said, I didn't think it was going to sell at all, right? I thought Xbox was dead. So I didn't check to buy it or not. These niggas are checking all the websites to see if it really sold out.
We also know the numbers. We know that the Xbox consoles are not selling well. But when we look at Sony's
console sales. Yeah, talk that shit. But when we look at Sony
numbers right here, they've made 136 billion so far, just 5 years into the generation. We already know that the original Switch sold gangbuster numbers. The Switch 2 is selling good numbers.
And there they go hiding behind Nintendo. Oh yeah.
But.
Console sales, but. Oh, and there he goes again. I don't live in a city where men wear red dresses. I'm sorry. Okay, so I guess now he's taking a dig that I live in Atlanta. Like I said, buddy, you lost being able to talk about anybody's appearance when you're too pussy to hop in the Discord, webcam up. And like I said, if you do so, which you've already shown you're too pussy to do it, if you do so, let me make it very clear. It's not going to be about games. It's not going to be about hardware. I'm just going to straight up violate the way that you look, right? That's just what I'm going to do because you want to talk about the way niggas look. All I'm saying is if you about it, then to be about it, bro. But you're just in here crying, right? We've already answered this question, right? It's just a revolving circle. I don't get why you're so upset, my brother. I try to give you a truce. I try to put my hand out and shake it, right? And you just won't. You just won't let bygones be bygones. I don't get it.
So it's only Microsoft whose sales are not as good. And I see some people saying, "Well, they're having the best generation ever."
My boy said, "Young man, if Sigs pirates games, that's his business. Let Sigs do Sigs, and you do you, brother. Yeah, get off my dick, right?"
I don't think they're selling more than the Xbox One. So I don't understand how they're having the best generation ever. Now, if you're counting the people that are playing on their cell phones, you know, people that are playing on the cloud, sure, they're getting people that are playing there. But as far as console sales, they're definitely far behind what they have previously sold in other generations. Now, I say that to say this. Mike Ybarra said, but hey, the console market isn't a successful business. It is if you do it right. Now, that's his response to IGN's post.
Shout out to Mike Ybarra. Look, the bitter X.
And then someone said, ah, the bitter X. Now
Yeah.
here comes the comment that
And that's the real salt. And this is what I mean. The way that they interpreted this just shows how much of fucking boot kissers they are. Here's Mike Ybarra sitting around here being booty hurt that he got fired twice. Like, you guys don't see the gold in that. Instead, you guys are laughing at your console is dead. Like, you guys are just silly, man. My boy, oh no, I fell asleep too cute. My boy said, I fall asleep too cute every night. Yo. I need you guys to stop. You're getting this nigga Alex riled up. I need you guys to relax, okay? Take a deep breath.
Everybody's losing their minds about. He goes on to say your console is dead. Now, the comment section just got really hilarious after that. Danny0117 said, everything is a console if you're brave enough. Now, of course, this is a jab at their slogan that everything is an Xbox, and the argument that I had earlier in this video that the Xbox ROG Ally is an Xbox, like, it's just delusional. By their same definition.
And look, he liked the tweet from Mike Ybarra. Shout out to Mike Ybarra, for real, for real.
That means a Lenovo Go is an Xbox. That means that the Steam Deck is an Xbox. And
I mean, it is.
Chinese handhelds.
I mean, it is an Xbox. The only thing that, from what it seems like, is not an Xbox is Nintendo and PlayStation, right? Because they can't access Game Pass. At least that's the way that I read it. I mean, I thought that this was already known. I thought you guys, you clowned the Xbox guys, right? I thought that we already established this.
PCs that are out there, they're all Xboxes too. It just makes no sense. Now, I don't want to rehash what I said earlier, but it has to be said. Unless it can play Xbox games natively, and I'm not talking about all of the backwards compatible titles. I'm talking about all of the current games. If it can...
Okay, but there's not you can do that for every console. There's games that all the consoles are not able to play. Like, this is just such a goalpost shift. Like I said, they want this console to do something that no console on the market can do. It's insane.
Play it natively. So that's all the games that are available on the current Xbox platform. I'm not talking backwards compatible games. I'm talking all of the third-party games, all of the first-party games, second-party, whatever. If it can play all of those games natively, then by definition, it would be an Xbox. But it is not. It only plays PC versions that are available, obviously, because it's a PC. The other versions, you have to play it via the cloud because it's not a console.
Oh, but it can't. But either way, it can play it, even if you want to do it through Cloud Play. Now, granted, like I said, I'm not a fan of Cloud Play, but I mean, if there's a window version of the game, you'll be able to get it. Like I said, why do we get hung up on this? This is insane.
So anyways, he goes on to say, everything is a console if you're brave enough. And Mike Ybarra responded with, you mean confused enough. And, that's where I'm just going to end today's video.
And I agree. I mean, I don't even understand your angle. Like, you literally just argued with yourself for 22 minutes, right? At least that's all that I'm watching. I think this is the great point to exit out on. I mean, very weak argumentation. And you need to quit ducking VG Fight School. He's on your ass, boy.